All right, Yakima MTG back for the fourth round. Jesse Munoz here with my boy, Geoff Hamasaki.
Hello.
We got the finals of the FNM from Ron's Coins and Collectibles. Tyler Billings on the left playing Sidisi Whip, and Gregory Grundy playing Red Green Burn the Nest, which we saw in round 3. He did not get to burn the nest.
We could see hornets from both sides.
Yes. Tyler does have 3 Hornet Queens, which isn't seeing a ton of play right now in Standard.
Yeah, I think the whips, I haven't seen a ton of whip decks around.
Ugin has replaced Hornet Queen.
Yeah.
I don't think Tyler's playing any Ugins, no. Just have 2 Tassigers, 1 Doomwake. Alright, so Greg's on the play, drops a turn 1 Forest, no Elvish Mystic. Tyler follows it up with an Opulent Palace. Passes the turn. Red-green deck really has to have like turn 1, turn 2 action. Else it gets way behind really fast. And he does. He's got one of the best 2 drops that he could have. Heir of the Wilds.
Yeah, pretty good.
Ian Tyler follows his turn 2 with Thoughtseize. We see Greg's hand. We've got a Crater's Claws, a Lightning Strike, a Mystic, and 2 lands.
Foothills and something else, yeah.
I think it's like a forest. What are you taking? Tyler's got a Swamp, a Whip.
I think you take the Crater's Claws.
Courser. I think there's a Sidisi there. Yep, takes the Crater's Claws.
You can deal with everything else,
yeah,
but
yeah.
If you can, go late and Crater's Claws for a bunch, it's not good.
Yep. And Greg's turn 3 is the
pretty much knows that's the
Radical Mystic. Tyler, he has a Reaper of the Wilds. Oh, there's a Courser, but he doesn't have a second green mana. So his turn 3 play is nothing. Does he have 2 Hornet Queens in hand?
Is that a whip also?
Yeah, that's a rough. That's rough.
Yeah, I mean, no play.
Yeah. So Tyler falling behind. If he was able to drop that Courser, I like his position here, but if Greg, he drops the Hornet's Nest.
Hornet Nest. Yes.
If I'm Tyler, I'm actually 100% okay with that right now. And Tyler's draw is another Sidisi. That's rough. And he passes the turn. He's still actually okay. Depending on what Greg does here.
That Heir of the Wild is gonna.
He's got access to a lot of mana
here too.
Yeah. He's at least probably gonna take 4 here.
Yep. Yeah, and then the Phoenix is probably coming down.
Yeah.
Oh, is that? Oh, that's a Crater's Claws.
Sylvan Carroted. Right on time.
Yeah. So that's fine. It blocks the morph.
Yeah.
You can go Sidisi and then get a couple guys off of the mill.
Yeah. Tyler's behind, but he could be in worse shape. I mean, Greg had a turn 4 Hornet's Nest into nothing, so.
Got an 8 here. Land
and then
pass.
Nothing.
So I mean, he's got the Crater's Claws he can do for 5 if he flips the Mystic.
There's the DC. Land, cut. No zombie. Rough. It's just not working for Tyler right now. Storm Breath. No. No Storm Breath. Oh, he's going to do.
Get some extra mana.
Flip it. Alright. So, Storm Breath. And leaves Wooded Foothills available to.
Does he have a 1 mana spell to play?
Creator's Clause. You can Creator Clause him for 2. Alright, so he takes 4. He has to kill the Stormbreath Dragon now. The problem is we know that he has a Creator's Clause, so he's basically dead. I don't really think there's much that Tyler can do here. Yeah. He has to kill the Stormbreath. He's dead.
Well, I mean, if he could drop the whip.
It doesn't matter. He has no creatures, though. He had Sylvan Carrier, that was it.
Oh, that's right. Sidisi was
He
dead.
traded the Sidisi for the Heir of the Wild. Yeah. So, all right, let's see what Tyler's got. He has 2 Ashioks. I know you like that. Is he playing mainboard Ashiok?
No.
I actually like Ashiok against red green a lot. Another whip. The Tasigur.
I mean, if you're on the play, yeah, I think Ashiok's pretty good.
Torn Elemental. Which she has 1 in the main board as well. 1 Crux. 1 Reclamation Sage. Drown in Sorrow. Drown in Sorrow is actually really good in this deck. Bile Blight. 3 Strokes and 2 Thought Seizes. So what are you bringing in, Geoff?
I don't think you want the Thought Seize.
Yeah.
I think it'd take too much damage off of it. I think you probably want the Bile Blights. So you're gonna kill those early guys.
Yeah.
I don't think you want the Torn Elemental or another Tasigur or another Whip. I can see Ashiok on the play.
So, I think he took out some Thought Seizes, which I think is fine. Greg took out some Creator's Clause, which I also think is actually fine as well. And it looks like a Boon Satyr. Boon Satyr, I feel it comes out of that deck a lot. Anything with 2 toughness, like a Shaman of the Great Hunt or Boon Satyr, I take out if I'm Greg, because chances are they're probably just going to trade it. He'll trade it with like a zombie token or something, you know?
Right.
I think I like the Ashioks and maybe a Crux.
Not the Bile Blights?
Oh yeah, I do like the Bile Blights as well. And I actually like bringing in the 1 Drown in Sorrow too. Greg, again, I like the Flame Wakes because if Tyler kills them, he can just bring them back. And with the exception of the Hornet Queen, I don't think there's a lot of ways for Tyler to block that.
You could probably bring in the Back to Nature, right? I mean,
yeah, Back to Nature is probably pretty good against the whips.
If he sticks a whip, it's like over.
Yeah. The Genesis Hydras, I'm probably not bringing in. The Mistcutter Hydras, I'm not bringing in either. And Arc Lightning doesn't do too much either. The Chandra might be. The second Chandra might be alright. But like I said, so. Like I said, I'm taking out like the Boon Satyrs, the 2 Boon Satyrs, and the 2 Shamans. Those come out really quickly because those are going to trade with some zombie tokens. It's not really worth it. I can understand him taking out the Creator's Clause. I just don't know what else he brings in. I guess if you bring in the 4 Flame Wakes for the Creator's Clause, and then 2 Back to Natures for like the Boon Satyrs.
Yeah.
And like a Chandra and maybe a Genesis Hydra for the Shamans.
Yeah, I mean, I think you either do that or you go super aggressive and
and keep
try to kill him before he gets these guys.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if it gets to turn, 12, 13, it's in real bad shape against
Yeah,
this deck.
yeah. I do see a shaman in his hand though. Did you get a hornet's nest as well? Tyler's got Sidisi. He's got some lands. He's in a lot better shape than he was last time. Scry's leaves on top. There's the Sidisi whip. Hero's downfall. Yeah, Tyler's got to like what he's doing there. And he can do turn 2 Seder Wayfinder, which is like
There we go.
his deck's actually hitting on what it's supposed to be doing.
Does he have a task here or not?
I think he does. He have a Tassiger in hand?
If he does, it's real good.
All right, so he's hitting his land drops, which is important. Hits for 1.
Oh, it's got a Bile Blight.
Greg doesn't have any mountains. He got a second forest with his fetch land.
Yeah, Courser.
And what's his follow-up play? I see a Rabble Master there. Tyler's got 3 land untapped though. He brought in the Mistcutter Hydra.
Well, okay. That's going aggressive.
Yeah. He's got a plan. Unfortunately, it's going to hit the bin with
Bile Blight.
Alright, so Tyler with the Hornet Queen draw. Hits his 4th land on time this turn. Is he dropping a whip? Or Sidisi? Sidisi.
Okay.
And hits Tassiger.
Tassiger.
So
2 guys.
So he actually gets a creature this time. So it's like exact opposite of what he was doing last time. Greg, I think he's got the Shaman. It's got another Mistcutter Hydra. I guess he could jam that. I mean,
Yeah, this cutter for 3.
Yeah. The problem with getting aggressive here is he can get behind really quickly now that Sidisi's on board, you know?
Right. And if Tyler plays a whip, then he's real far behind.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's going aggressive.
Getting down.
Draw, there's a Courser. If you're Tyler, you just drop the whip now, right? Or do you play or do you play the Courser?
No.
There it is. Whip.
Yeah. Gonna gain 5 here.
3, 4, 5, 6. And
So
now
maybe another dude.
And now Greg's in trouble.
There's a dude.
So yeah.
So another token.
Yeah. I don't know what Greg. I mean, Greg has to get rid of CDC. There's an Heir of the Wilds. That's fine. If you can, you'd really like to drop a couple things here so that you don't get too far behind him. He's already at 11. And Tyler's just going to start gaining a ton of life, too.
Yeah, I mean, you can activate Whip next turn. You can get the Tassiger if he wants.
Yeah, I'd almost just do the other Seder Wayfinder and put more stuff in the yard.
Yeah, maybe get 2 more tokens
for
the attack.
Try to get like a Hornet Queen in there or something. Alright, so what does Greg do? He drops two things. He does the Air of the Wilds and then Elvish Mystic. And can't bring the Deeps. Yeah. That's a race that he's not winning right now. Yeah. Oh, there's another one. And he's got and Tyler's got Murderous Cut in his hand too. That's rough.
Okay, well,
so you Murderous Cut, I guess the
Hydra, I think.
The Hydra, and then just attack.
Yeah.
And you're okay trading this to DC with
the air.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you've got a backup, yeah. And you're getting, gain 7, 8 life off of this.
Yeah. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know why he doesn't attack with the Wayfinder too. 3 creatures there.
Yeah, I mean, you almost want the Wayfinder to die.
Yeah. Alright, so I trade. He takes 4. And here comes a Courser. Yeah.
Yeah, so.
And a Tassiger on top. Yeah, I don't see how Greg gets out of this one. Unless he draws like a Hornet's Nest, maybe? And even then, the 2...
No, it's too late. Hornet Nest plus a burn spell for it.
Yeah, Morph's not going to do anything. He's still taking 2, 4, 6, 7 here anyways. And he whips back. Greg doesn't even care what he whips back.
Yeah.
I guess the Tauren Elemental will probably be the best one.
I guess so.
that taps everything, right? When it attacks?
Yeah.
Alright, Greg goes back to this board. It looks like he did bring Flamewake Phoenixes in.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. On the play now, I think you got to just bring in every aggressive card, right?
Yeah.
Trader's Claws.
Yep.
You just kind of have to ignore.
I think you just took out the Mistfire Hydras.
Yeah. I
don't love them in this deck either. I mean,
it's got so much mana to play them.
Yeah.
For any relevant amount.
They just die to so much stuff too in Tyler's.
Yeah, I mean turn two you don't want to play at 1/1 haste. It's
yeah.
Not good.
Yeah, some of the other creatures are a lot better than the Hydra here. I think Tyler just is running back what he had. I didn't see any cards that he brought in from his sideboard. Because he does run at least one Tauren Elemental, and we saw that. We didn't see Crux.
Bioblights he brought in.
Okay, so he did bring in some Bioblights. I think probably a couple Bioblights for the Thoughtseizes.
Yeah.
I did see him or at least think about sideboarding those out. Yeah, the Thoughtseizes are just really bad against Greg's deck. Until they're really good. And they hit like Storm Breaths or whatever. Chances are you get like a Creator's Claws or Lightning Strike. Save yourself 1 point of damage. Not totally worth it. Greg's
I mean, I think the best use for the Thoughtseize is turn 1, take their Courser or Rabble Master or something.
Yeah. Rabble Master is such a good card on the play, but it can be such a rough card when you're on the draw.
Yeah.
It's really swingy. Greg's just going to want to get aggressive here, so we'll see how aggressive he goes. I do like that he cut the Hydras though, because they're just not worth
Yeah.
it. So Stormbreath, there's a Mystic, a Shaman, Creator's Claws. Dodo's got a
How many
whip.
lands?
I didn't see how many lands, but Tyler's going to 6. Greg
Yeah,
goes
it's like
to
a
6.
one-lander.
Yeah. Which of these decks mulls better? Probably the CDC whip with. I mean, you hit
I don't
a.
know, because the whip you need the lands. Like you can't if you see 2 lands, that's pretty bad.
Yeah. You see 2 lands in a Wayfinder though. You're feeling pretty good. All right. Let's see, we got. I saw red green land temple. A couple Creator's Claws.
Huh? It's not a great hand.
Delta. Palace. It says the
Alice,
Elvish
yeah.
Mystic though, so that's good. Hornet Queen, not the draw you not the draw you want to make there.
You got
I
a
guess,
Courser. If you can get that turn 3 Courser and start getting some card advantage,
yeah, let's get
blocking.
a whip and maybe Tassiger. And Greg's got
Morph.
Morph. This is actually a really good spot for Greg because he can play pretty much anything now on turn 3. And Tyler falls up.
Is it a Mystic or is it a Phoenix?
I missed it. I'm not sure which one it is. Alright, Scry's here, likes what he sees, plays. That one's a Mystic. So the second one is for sure a Mystic. The
Okay.
first one could be either a Phoenix or a Mystic.
Bile Blight.
Which is commonly, at least around like stores, you can't Bile Blight a morph and kill all the other morphs because morphs are nameless. I had a guy try to do that against me, and he ended up losing.
Is that an Ashiok in Tyler's hand?
Is it? Courser. And land on top. So Tyler's actually in a really good spot here. I think he drew Fanatic.
Okay, that's pretty good.
So I see a whip, a Hornet Queen, and a Polluted Delta.
It's attacking. That's got to be the Phoenix, right?
Yeah, you don't attack with them. All right, so he unmorphs, creates.
Okay, so he's got
3 mana, 4
mana, 5, 6. So 2 damage to both players, 4 in the air.
That's perfect. That's like exactly what Greg wants. Because now
right, but the Bile Blight's gonna.
That's true. Well, but the problem is then he can just unmorph it again. Eventually.
Right. So that's not a great.
Yeah.
It's not a great option for Tyler.
Yeah. He's got 2 pain lands too. Gains 1 here from the Courser. And man, this is tough. Do you drop the whip or do you try to kill something? Like on
So you mean drop the whip and attack, right?
But then you're taking 4, 5, 6, 7. Next turn you're at 15, going to 8. You could always drop the whip on a block, but then he's just attacking the air and put you down to 9. So yeah, this is tough. Looks like he's playing the whip. Unless he's got another 4-drop.
Sidisi maybe.
I didn't see Sidisi in his hand.
There's the whip.
Do you attack?
Probably not.
Alright, so
It's saving you like 1 damage.
yeah. Ugh.
Oh.
So down goes the Corsair, in comes the Beats. 4, 5, 6, 7. Putting Tyler at 6. Reaper of the Wilds. The thing is, Greg doesn't have to do much because he's got 4 in the air, you know?
Right, and even if it dies, he can flip it for 2 damage.
Yeah.
And then he's just straight up dead.
Alright. I think that might be Tassiger. So he's got Reaper, Tassiger, Bioblight, and Hornet Queen.
So you can only play one. You can play the Tassiger and the Bioblight?
He's got 2 cards in the graveyard.
It's not horrible. Like, you could play the Tassiger, Bioblight, the Phoenix on Greg's turn when he attacks.
Yeah.
Swing in with Tassiger, gain some life. Maybe whip something back.
Well, I don't think he's gonna have anything in his graveyard if he plays the Tassiger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he has 2. He only has 1 card in his graveyard. It's the Corsair, I think. So if he cracks a Polluted Delta,
can't play both.
Well then, so I think you have to kill the Flint Lake Phoenix then on his turn. All right, so go to 5. Now that's not really an option anymore. Get a shock land, take 2.
Yeah. The Underground Sea.
Yeah. So it's 5, 6, 7. So he's 1 mana short of Tassiger plus Bioblight. Is that right?
Well, if he Bioblight's on his turn, I guess I can't do that. It'll just be dead. Yeah.
All right, so he's tapped out. And Greg's got Crater's Claw. So that's going to do it for. Makes the draw. Yeah. Shows the Crater's Claws, and that's it. Greg takes down the match in the night, 4-0. Geoff, thanks for doing some commentary with me.
Yeah, no problem.